The bar for men is so low. I'm like, I climbed a mountain. I wrote an hour and a half of jokes. I delivered it. I acted it. I showed up in Mumbai to promote it. You not see any of this. But if he even sends one Instagram पे एक post डाल देगा ना that my wife is a comic, इतना ही supporting. कितना support करता है. वाह.
She's the Indian mom who actually says what your mom's thinking, but way funnier. Meet Zarna Garg, Indian-American lawyer turned comedy superstar.
Prime Minister Modi, I'm sorry.
TikTok viral queen, in-law rooster supreme, and now fresh off her big Hulu debut.
No, you want to do medicine. She's like... The only reason I'm reinforcing it, I'm telling you right now, because you're starting college this fall. You will be surrounded by kids who are going to say, find your place. No. Remember this moment and remember that I killed it right here.
From navigating immigrant mom life to packing out comedy clubs with aunties and Gen Zs, she's bringing the heat, the humor, and the full desi energy. And today, Barkha meets Zarna.
One word you'd use to describe yourself.
Ambition.
What has been the funniest moment of your life, Zarna Garg?
The funniest moment is people thinking I'm funny.
What do you
Anytime
mean?
people,
You're
I'm
hilarious.
not trying to be funny, but I'm actually like yelling at people very seriously. Everything I do.
That's not an act.
No, I mean you see it. It's all stuff I believe. I've been telling my kids, their friends, their neighbors, the guy.
You don't
meeting
really
around.
cut as many pineapples
I
as you do in
do.
your Instagram reels for real.
I do. I know it feels like that. I have 3 kids, all 3 of whom are athletes.
Yeah.
All 3 of whom bring home all their friends from different teams. Iski swimming team, uski basketball team. I'm forever feeding kids. I'm not only
You're forever cutting pineapples.
No, but there's 20 other things. Whatever is in the kitchen is getting cut constantly. That is my real life. The whole pineapple thing started because what can I do that's actually real while I'm filming these videos?
You know, Mint had a review of your book.
Yeah.
And it was a very interesting headline. And it said, the super sad story of an immigrant.
Yeah.
And it took me back to those Raj Kapoor clown days when the clown was funny, but he was also sad.
Yeah.
And your book does capture your tough and rough years. But before we get to that, you seem very happy to me.
I am. I was surprised by that headline because my book is a comedic memoir. Like it is of course there's a story, as every life has a story. There's no one who doesn't have some sadness in their story. I was surprised they chose that headline. I'm not sure what they were trying to do with it. Because yes, there is a lot of sadness there, but comedy generally does come from a sad place. Like it's not just Raj Kapoor. If you look at any real comedian, you will see that the roots of it come from some great tragedy or from tragic moments. So,
but before we come to the sads, let's stick with the laughs.
Yeah.
Really, when you sort of look at this life today, your real life experiences, not your stage experiences, not your Instagram reality, what has been something that gives you the giggles?
Oh, I'm easy to, like, everything amuses me.
Like?
My bar for entertainment is very low because life is hilarious. Like today, even just scheduling this, you have to have a sense of humor about it. 6:30, no 7, no 6:50, no, I can't do it. You can't do it. Is the equipment here? Did you make it? Is the wire working? Like that. If you think about what we just went through in the last hour, like it's like a whole TV show, which with a thrilling. Will it happen? Will it not happen? I'm very easily amused by life, and I that's part of why I love doing stand-up, because everything that my mind has captured for all these years, now I have an outlet to release it.
So let's talk about the city where we are doing this conversation.
Yeah.
Mumbai.
Yes.
This is where you grew up.
Yeah.
You grew up on Nepean Sea Road.
That's
not
right.
far, maybe about half an hour drive from where we are right now.
Yeah.
And you grew up in a well-off family.
Yeah.
But with a very stern father.
Yeah.
A very strict father.
Yeah.
And a mother who, at least going by your book, kind of has forgotten you on the margins of her attention, where she's busy being a great stepmom.
Yeah.
So she forgets sometimes you're right to be a mom to you.
Yeah.
What do you remember about Mumbai? When you shut your eyes, you know, memory has a sight, sound, smell.
Of course.
What do you remember?
I remember loving Mumbai.
Yeah.
I was the kid that had a glorious life in Mumbai. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't just well off, I was very well off. And I talk about it openly.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're supposed to be like, no, we had it all.
Yeah.
We had the house, we had the cars, multiple, plural. We had the drivers, we had the servants, we had everything. And I was a very civic-minded kid, a very curious kid. I grew up my whole life obsessed with newspapers.
So there's a story in your book that you had to hide from your father to read the newspaper.
Yeah.
Why would you have to do that? I mean, today's parents would be like begging their kids to read the newspaper.
I know, but I'm telling you, my dad himself was extremely educated. He was a graduate of the government law college in Mumbai.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the top graduates. But he never practiced law. He started his own business. So he deduced in his mind that education from his experience was disabling people from taking risks. He would be like, all these smart people sign off their lives to companies and corporations and jobs when they're clearly very bright, but just not capable of taking that step and believing in themselves. So he was kind of, by the time he was done educating himself, was almost a little anti-education. And for me and women in particular, it's not that he was a bad guy. I've never thought of my dad as a bad guy. He was very practical. He was like, the more you read, the more opinions you're going to have, and the harder it's going to be for you in this society that we live in. And my job is to position you well in this society that we're in.
But were you terrified of him?
No, I wasn't terrified of him, but I disagreed with him openly. Like, he never laid a finger on me. Like, I wasn't never worried that he's going to beat me up or any of that. It was never that. My dad was an intellectual himself. So everything with him wasn't like an intellectual.
But you would read the newspaper on the sly.
Yeah, because
and then
he
go
was
and place
like,
it back
he
on
was
the
like,
doorstep.
stop reading it because this is not good for you. You know how you're like this, don't watch this. It was like that. Like, you don't need to know what's happening in the world. And I'm also extremely curious. I'm like crazy. You don't understand. There's like a mental OCD-ness that I can't even explain. Like, if we fly a lot, you and I fly a lot in life, right? Sometimes you fly, there's like technical difficulty in the airplane. My mind is like, let me Google how to fly an airplane. Let me learn that right now. Like, my mind goes in all these.
Have you actually done this in the last few days?
Well, one time we were like stuck at the airport because the pilot was running late. That day I was like, you know what? I have to learn this. It cannot be that hard. If the men are doing it, this can be done.
And the women are doing it also now.
Yeah, but like predominantly men did it. So like we can figure this out, you know. So he was not trying to be a bad guy. He was not like, I will hit you if you read the newspaper. He was more concerned that the more I knew about the world, the more opinions I had. It's like, I was raised in a conservative Gujju family. My 3 siblings were very nicely arranged to people that he thought were spectacular people. My sister is spectacularly happy. Like, she's got a blockbuster life by all accounts, including having 3 6-foot-plus tall doctor sons.
I mean, what more could an Indian mother want, right? But
doctor husband, doctor son. So,
but,
you know.
Yeah, but your mom, you're right, kind of forgets Zarna because she's very busy trying to be the perfect stepmom.
Yeah.
Did that hurt?
No, because I had my siblings.
Yeah.
They raised me. And I have 3 kids, right? My 2 are raising the 3rd. I'm telling you, if I had a 4th now, I would forget them too. When you have 3-4 kids, now you start appreciating the parents in Home Alone.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, he left them home alone. That's not a big deal. Because you really...
Have you ever done that?
I've not left him home yet. But like, if I didn't have the older 2 constantly guarding him and protecting him and shepherding him through life, who knows? I'm telling you, who knows? Because my husband sometimes accidentally refers to our middle son as his only son.
Because?
He'll be like, meet my only son. And then I'll be like, Brit, Shalab. You know.
So what does Shalab, your husband, feel about all the jokes you crack about his mother?
He loves them. Can I tell you?
And what does she feel about them?
No, hold on. Let me finish.
Yeah.
He loves the jokes, and every day he's like, make one more. And then when she gets upset, if she gets upset, he'll be like, देखो American है. America में देखो ऐसे होते हैं औरतें.
No, but
He'll throw me
honestly,
under the bus.
honestly, like, how does your mom-in-law feel about that?
She is brilliant. My mother-in-law
Does she laugh at
she understands what I'm doing.
that? It's a trope.
I'm sure there is a tinge of pain. I'm
Yeah.
sure of it. She doesn't talk about it. She's never told me that. I'm sure it's there.
Do you
Not,
like her?
yeah, I'm very close to her and I'm very fond of her. And I'm telling you, more than anything else, I respect her because she herself raised two boys in very difficult circumstances by herself. I mean, not my father-in-law is there, but it's an old school marriage. My father-in-law worked in the local government, like nothing, like they are very prideful people who worked their whole life. They raised these two boys who did very well in their life. So I have a lot of respect for their lives, for what they stand for. And she herself fully understands what I do, right? But
Has she ever come
the
for one of
world that
your-
we're in,
Yeah.
so
She
many.
comes?
There's troublemakers around.
हाँ कि देखिए
हाँ कि देखो कैसा बोल रही है.
कैसी बहू है
हाँ
आपकी.
कैसा बोल रही है. But that was the early days.
Yeah.
Today, everybody is on board. You won't believe the amount of love I get because even my mother-in-law, when I'm saying mother-in-law jokes, is thinking about her mother-in-law. She's not thinking about me.
Yeah.
She's thinking about what she went through with her.
But before we come to your entire family being kind of now part of the Zarna Garg
Yeah.
sketch or act, let's come back to Mumbai.
Yeah.
So you grow up here in this city, a stern father who wants you to know English but
Yeah.
doesn't want you to read the newspaper. Your mom is too busy with the other three step kids, so forgets
Yeah.
little Zarna for a bit. Siblings bring you up. And then you turn 14 and your father wants you to be married.
Yeah.
Why? Because your parents didn't get married at a very young age. Why does he want you to be married?
That was not the original plan.
Okay.
My mom passed away suddenly.
Yeah.
And so this was his second wife that he lost. I believe it broke him. Like, I mean, his first wife left him with 3 kids that then my mom kind of inherited
Yeah.
and very happily so.
Yeah.
Then she passed suddenly. My dad had brought himself out of very difficult circumstances to a good life. Like, he lived a very hard life himself. So I think when my mom died, he just kind of broke. I was always a rebellious child to begin with. And I think he just, after her death, was like, you know what, I'm done parenting. And he just said it. It sounds jarring, but like, I understand the situation of a parent who's broken and in that level. And he was, again, he wasn't thinking, how do I destroy her life? He was like, I'm broken. I'm done. So what can I do to resettle her? What other answer is there for a 14, 15-year-old kid?
So you run away. You leave home.
He didn't.
He says if you don't want to get married, you can't live here.
You can't live here.
Did he mean that or was it some Hindi film dialogue?
No. He meant it, every word of it. But he thought that I will fold. He thought she'll go for a day to a friend's house. She'll come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought he's speaking in grief. He will come around.
Yeah.
He can't possibly mean this.
Yeah.
So let's give it a day or two. And we both kind of thought in a day or two. And it kind of just, before we both knew it, it became this whole ego battle between us. And then I also dug in my heels. I was like, you know what? I really don't want that life. And ego does that to you. Even though I was young,
You were a kid.
I know, but I also was in my own optimistic, like, I don't need him. I have so many friends. At that time, I was like the little mayor of Mumbai. Because, we were like, I had school, I had friends. We were like, I was part of so many activities and I knew everybody in the whole neighborhood.
What was little Zarna like?
Extremely happy, exuberant, like.
Naughty?
Not naughty in the way that, like, I wasn't, like, I thought I was an intellectual person. I was always reading, writing, going to those type of events.
Yeah.
I was never the kid who's sneaking out to go to a
Party.
discotheque
Or to meet a boy?
No interest. None. I was more like getting in trouble for all these boring things.
Which you wish your kids would get into trouble for today?
For today, exactly. But
Are they like you?
They're very much like me. They're very serious. In fact, like, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, can you smoke some weed, relax? Because you're stressing me out. 2 of my kids are adults, 22 and 19.
Yeah.
They don't drink, they don't smoke, they are serious when they're dating somebody. They are yogis, they work out all day. They're athletes. So athletes, they take care
Yeah.
of their bodies. They're obsessive about
Yeah.
it. So sometimes I'm like, guys, like one bite of cake is not gonna kill you because they
Correct.
treat it like, oh my God,
Yeah.
like they're here in India. Everything is like, let me Google it. It's a piece of fruit.
Have they had bhelpuri or not?
No, never. Too much
What
carbs.
kind of Guju family is this?
I eat for all of them. They are this hybrid, na Guju, UP, Banya meets New York, meets Mumbai. It's like a whole thing. They will never touch Bhelpuri. No Bhelpuri, no cookies, no. They're New
I
York
mean,
kids also. No pizza, no pasta,
no
none of
bagel,
that.
no cream cheese, nothing. Just carb-free life.
No, they eat a little bit, but they're very
Mm.
like, they are, they've kind of learned to take care of their
So,
body.
so what? When you close your eyes and you think Mumbai, what do you see in your mind?
Hustle, bustle, chaos. I see a beautiful home that I grew up in. My mom. My mom was a very, very social figure. So I see all her friends.
Yeah.
People constantly coming and going out of our house. I had three siblings. Me. Somebody was always coming and going. My house happened to be one of the closest to the school. So, that also means
Yeah.
anytime there's an hour break, go to her house for lunch, go to her house. And my mom was very happy to do all that. That
Mm.
was her scene.
Mm. So now, father is saying get married. You're saying no chance. He's saying घर में नहीं रह सकते if you don't do this. You go off to your elder sibling
Yeah,
in the US, and that's actually how you end up in America,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Were those years tough?
They were lonely. They were not tough in a way that like I had a proper home with my sister. My sister and my brother-in-law are the most loving people you will ever meet, even to this day.
Yeah.
Anybody, if you said I want to go, they'll welcome you with open arms. If
Yeah.
I just say my friend is coming,
Yeah.
they are quintessential Indian warmth,
Yeah.
Guju warmth.
Yeah.
They will make that thali lunch every day for you if you like
Yeah.
it. So all that was handled. But the emotional loneliness, I wasn't that person who was dying to go to America. I loved my life. So to leave that, it kind of just shattered in one night. And to leave that behind and to lose all the friends and to lose the whole thing, that was hard. That lonely. And America is just a lonely place. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very cold place,
Yeah.
literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
You know that. Like,
Yeah.
emotionally, it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot of understanding how alone you are.
And then you meet your husband
Yeah.
as a law student.
Yeah.
When you're
Yeah.
you're studying law. What was that like, considering you came from this conservative Guju family that wanted you to have a arranged marriage, and here you were choosing your own partner? But if one looks at your comedy, you're still playing out the sort of, Indian mom who wants all her kids to find a suitable boy or girl very soon.
Yeah.
But that's not how you've lived.
No, and some of those are jokes.
Of course.
And some of them is true. It's all grounded in reality. Everything I do, I believe. So I don't say things that I don't believe or stand for.
So, like, you really want your children to be Latin-speaking astrophysicists.
Yes. And Zoya, my daughter, does have 2 degrees in Latin and in computer science.
So type A, desi mom fully.
Yeah, and she wanted to do
So
like she is
you
a
see
scholar.
yourself as a tiger mom?
No, I'll tell you the difference. So tiger moms want that at all costs,
Yeah.
right? And I understand that. Actually, I think it's the more East Asian cultures that are that harsh.
Yeah.
I think the desi moms do it with a little bit of fun.
Mm.
Like we involve ourselves in our kids. Like my house, if any kid is studying for any exam, we all start studying for an exam. We will all take a break together. We all
Yeah.
like last few years, I couldn't come to India for this. I had 2 kids taking high school exam, taking
Yeah.
entrance exam, and every time anybody was doing anything, we made fun around it. Like if we traveled, we would take all the books with us and sit on the beach and
Yeah.
study for the exam.
Yeah.
So that way, I believe we've made education fun. Also, my heart is so deeply in it that I'm happy to study. My husband is an IIT guy. He is happy to take an exam in the middle of the night. So that way, we're not tiger moms. And in general, I have found that desi parents, even the most like ambitious desi parents, there is an element of fun. Like I have Chinese, Korean friends, but they're like hardcore. We are not that hardcore.
So 16 years you spend as a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
You dabble in different businesses that don't take off. And then your kids say, go do this. You're funny.
Yeah.
And you don't know that your career is just going to skyrocket. I mean, today you're opening with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey. You've got a series on Hulu. You've got 2 books out. Your shows are packed. Everybody knows Zarna Garg, Lady with Pineapple.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot think of you without that pineapple.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. You're always cutting that damn pineapple.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that first moment that you're standing on stage for the very first time, do you remember that?
Yeah, very much.
What do you remember? What do you remember
My
the most of
daughter
it?
made me go to the open mic.
Yeah.
She said, you have to try stand up. And at that point, I had made them do so many things they hated that I felt like I owed them. Okay, I have to do this.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'll take a selfie that I went and I'll tell them how bad this idea was and that'll be it. We'll move on to the next thing. But I went to the open mic, which was in the basement of a Mexican restaurant. I had never been to a comedy show in my life.
Do you remember what you were wearing? Was it the typical kurta?
No. I was
kurta,
not. No.
trouser, belt that you wear today with your bindi?
No, it was a pair of jeans and a sweatshirt.
Okay.
And I was just watching. I just sat there. I said, let me just watch what's happening. And I saw people go on stage, do 5 minutes at a time. And I was like, oh, they're just telling jokes. And I remember thinking, white people do this? Like, this is a job? Okay, you just stand there and tell these jokes and you get paid for it? And I thought, chalo, I'll take a selfie when everybody is done. I'll just watch this and go home. But the woman who was organizing it happens to be a mother of 3 kids herself. So she said to me, you're already here. Why don't you do 5 minutes? And I was like, but 5 minutes of what? And she's like, just talk about whatever you think is fine. It was a very warm, congenial room. Everybody there seemed like they were just relaxing, even though they were working.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fine. And I went on stage and I started trashing my mother. I mean, who doesn't think that's funny?
And everybody giggled.
And the room was dying. Like, they didn't want me to get off stage.
And was it a desi room or a mixed room?
Not a single desi in sight. It was Upper
So
West
everybody
Side.
wants to laugh about their mother-in-law.
Mother-in-laws.
Bichari mother-in-law.
Not an Indian person in sight. It's a hardcore club on the Upper West Side in Manhattan. And they were like, do more, do a joke about religion, do a joke about, we've never heard anything like it. I got off and one of the comics is like, I've been doing this 30 years. I've never had a moment where like, I've never seen this. Because comedy, also New York City is the hub of comedy.
Yeah.
So they've seen it all.
Yeah.
Every comic that exists has gone through New York in some way, has made his mark. All the famous names have performed in New York. So when he said, this is my first time in my life, I'm like, what is this? So I remember thinking, could this be what? Even then, I was like...
I mean, if somebody had told you then, Zarna, you're going to have a meteoric career as a stand-up comic, what would you have said?
I always believed that I would have a meteoric career because I was searching for it. I had a voice inside me that was saying, you're destined for something.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was going to be comedy. I really thought it would be like, maybe I'll be a shoe salesman, because the math and science was not happening.
Not happening.
I failed at that badly. And law was not happening. I was really bad as a lawyer. Like, we won't even talk about it. It was traumatically bad. And you don't know how bad you are sometimes until you finish the whole journey, which is a tragedy.
Sure.
So those things were out. So I thought, it's okay. I have a business gene. My dad was a businessman. It's just buy low and sell high. This is not complicated.
Zarna Ben from Gujarat. Of course you have a business
I was like,
gene.
just what can I buy and sell and make some money?
Yeah.
There has to be something.
Yeah.
So I really believed that I was going to succeed at something. The comedy thing was the shock.
It's pretty amazing how life throws you a curveball and then it's what you do with it. Let's talk a little bit about identity.
Yeah.
What I love, and I remember when I was a student at Columbia, and in those days, I grew up as a kid in New York, by the way, and I went to public school in Kew Gardens, Queens. And my mother used to walk to school to pick me and my sister up, and she used to wear a sari and she used to wear a bindi. This was the New York of the 70s. It was not the New York of today. It still had a lot of racism.
Yeah.
And kids used to chase us, make fun of a sari, make fun of a bindi. Reason for sharing this story is, I want to talk a little bit about your look on stage. I love that you will go on late night American TV and you're wearing your kurta and you're wearing your bindi. I just love it. I love it because I think a lot of people just sort of try too much to fit into another mold that isn't ours. And I want you to talk a little bit about this look. Is it
Yeah.
comfort? Is it identity?
Both. Both. When I started doing comedy, I was wearing jeans and sweatpants and all that. And I realized, I was like, even the audience was enjoying it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't fully myself. Once I realized what it was that I was
Yeah.
doing, I knew that the more I grounded myself into who I am, the more power I will have to be who I need to be to deliver to the audience. So I had a day of thinking, if I could design any outfit for myself, what would it be? What would I want to look like? Because I've had a complicated relationship with Indian clothes. I'm
Why?
not a fan
Why?
of a lot of Indian clothes.
Like which?
I don't like all the jingle jangle, dingle dangle.
What is jingle jangle
like
dingle
it's like
dangle?
gold here and gold there, and things are like clinking and clanking. I don't find it cute.
Yeah.
I feel like you're a moving Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I'm a very outspoken critic of the sari. I think it's a
Really?
ridiculous outfit.
Why?
Because 6 yards of fabric, no other outfit is like that. If you just gave a man, here's your fabric. You went shopping for pants, here's the fabric, and here are 2 safety pins. Yeah, make it an origami project. Like nobody lives like that. Why in 2025 are we living like that? And after all that fabric, half your body is out. After all that fabric, your boobs are out, your stomach is like. To me, it
Yeah.
makes no sense. This is the kind of thing
Have you ever worn a sari?
all the time. I have. Even in my childhood, I did. But I was even at 10 years old looking at it and going, what is this outfit? It's like mummifying the woman. Your legs are like contained. Your arm is holding this pallu for no reason.
Right.
Why is this thing hanging
Right.
on your arm? No one knows. But it's supposed to look sexy and whatever.
Right.
And then you're like limited in your mobility because there's the thing hanging here, there's a thing hanging there. So I have a complicated relationship. Not that I don't like looking Indian. So I thought, what do Indian women who have to work every day wear? The women who have to show up to work and be efficient and like simple cotton salwar kameez, simple cotton churidar kurta came to mind in my
Absolutely.
mind's eye. And I was like, how do I recreate that? And of course, no one sells that. No one sells this kurta even that I'm wearing. This red kurta. I was like, I'm going to go and buy the finest cotton fabric that I can buy. I love cotton.
Yeah.
I'm not one
You have
for.
to do a lot of shopping here, I think. Because
Yeah.
people do sell these now.
No, I know, and
Yes.
I get it. But but even like everything that sells here, to be honest, you have to think: will this survive the washer? Will it survive the dryer? Can I iron it? Will a dry cleaner accept? These are all everyday constraints.
Sure.
Half the dry cleaners in New York will not touch Indian clothes.
Because they're too complicated.
It's too complicated because it's all this jerry and like they don't know what to do with all this. And even the embroidery freaks them out sometimes.
Yeah.
Even if it's like subtle, what here will be like malmal and chicken curry and all that, they don't know what to do with it. So I had to think, how do I make this practical, still authentic, still make it look like it's an outfit? The belt was a total crazy contraption that I was like, you know what it is? If you wear a loose flowing tunic in America, people assume you're pregnant. I already have 3 kids. They all assume, of course, she could have 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, correct.
So I started wearing a belt just to bring the waist in a little bit under my sweater.
Yeah.
And then they loved it, but the whole of India had an opinion on that belt.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is she wearing a belt?
What
for a
is this
kurta?
belt? Now, Abhi, how do I explain to somebody living here how this is perceived there? So I was just like, you know what? Believe whatever you want.
And the bindi?
It had to be.
Had to be.
Yeah, because when in my mind's eye, when I was envisioning what is Aunty Zarna, if she could have it all, what would she look like? She would look like this.
Does Aunty Zarna think of herself as an auntie?
Yeah, 100%. And I own it fully.
Why?
Aunties make the world go around. Anybody who thinks that aunties are problematic, they have no clue how much work aunties do. All the chai that people love all over the world, it was not the uncles who kept it alive. All the pani puri, sepuri that you love, all the embroidery, everything
Is done by the aunties.
done by the aunties. So I own it. I'm very proud of it. I encourage every woman to own it because
You're not one of those who says, please call me Zarna, not Zarna auntie.
but no, quite the opposite. A lot of people who see me in my everyday life will be like, "You look so young. Like, are you deliberately aging yourself up?" I'm like, "I'm not deliberately anything. I created a look that I feel accurately represents my state of mind.
Yeah.
I am the forever mom. Like, I'm right now worried, why is there no food here for Barkha? Because the mind works like that. Especially when you're a mom, your
Yeah.
brain is constant. My one brain is like, did my kid reach? That's
Yeah. It's a multitasking brain at all points.
And so
Yeah.
this look, the bindi, is how I see myself
Do you get questions about the bindi?
all the time.
What is
What
this?
is it? Why do you wear it? And then I make so many jokes about the bindi.
But how do you deal with this sort of hyphenated identity? Because, like in America, it's somewhat irritating sometimes to see people think yoga is Californian, whatever, chai is Starbucks, turmeric latte is something that they made. Prada is now making Kolhapuris and having to say sorry for it, and then the next day they're making juttis and pretending it's their own. So this cultural appropriation is damn irritating.
I get it, but we are in a melting pot of a world. It's not just America. How many things have we taken from the world? Like, are we really? Do we have a leg to stand on
हाँ,
in
ये भी है.
stealing things?
ये भी है.
Are we joking? The whole film industry from top to bottom is inspired. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. We have to have lightness about all this. Nobody is out there trying to steal. The Kolhapuri has been around for 10,000 years. Make a killer Kolhapuri in India, people will buy it. You know what I mean? Like Prada, how many people in the world can even afford, no matter how good it is?
Yeah.
I don't get worked up about all this. I don't even think about the hyphenated anything. And I really believe that that's why I've been successful in Hollywood.
Because you're able to sort of not take it
I don't
seriously.
address it at all.
That's
I don't
interesting.
talk about
That's
representation.
interesting because you may not talk about representation, but you are
I do
so
it.
clearly, yeah,
It's
Indian,
you know what,
rooted in your Indianness.
you know, in storytelling what they say, show don't tell.
Correct.
I'm
Correct.
living it. I don't say a word about my Indianness. I've never said cast me because representation. I strongly object to the statement, I'm going to come to support you. You know, in South Asian communities, they'll be like, what show are you doing? Will come to support me. I always say, don't come to support me. Come because I'm your best option. Come because you're not going to have more fun anywhere else than at my show.
But you're not deracinated, you're very rooted.
Yeah. But I don't feel in 2025 we need to talk about any of it. The world is so global. There are more Indians in New York sometimes than in Mumbai.
हाँ, ये तो है.
And there are more Arabs in London than in Dubai.
And now there's even cricket in America,
Yeah.
so I don't know what's left.
It's like, what are we talking about
But
here?
how was it to meet PM Modi?
Great. I mean,
Did you make a joke about him? To him?
he said, make jokes about India and America. Let's do it together.
He said?
Yeah.
Are you going
He
to?
said-
I mean, can you imagine like a stand-up sketch with Zarna Garg and Narendra Modi? Like that would be something.
I was shocked he knew who I was. I was
Like what happened?
shocked.
Like tell us what happened.
I was invited to an event at the White House when
Yeah.
Kamala Harris was in
Yeah.
office, and it's an honor. Look, whatever politically you may agree on or not, I'm not a political comic, and even though I'm very aware of what's going on in the world, I don't take positions like that. Not because I'm afraid of anything, but because I'm very aware of how complex the world is.
Sure.
It's very easy to hate this one and that one because sitting at home, everybody has solutions.
And he's India's Prime Minister.
And
At the
he's-
end of the
yeah.
elected India Prime Minister. of
And he
course.
has done a lot right, along with all the wrongs that he's done that I'm sure people in this comment section will be happy to point out. But I'm pragmatic that way. Nothing good comes without the bad, and nothing bad comes without the good. That's life. So when I was invited, I went with by the way, there were a lot of other South Asian creators, but they didn't want to be identified. So they were hiding in the shadows.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Acha.
absolutely.
Then?
Because he's a hot topic. You get hated if you show up sometimes.
But they
especially-
went, but they didn't want to own their going. That's
They didn't
not
want to be
on.
photographed. They didn't want to be, So, and see, I would never do that.
Yeah,
If I'm there, I'm there. And if I'm not there, I'm not there. There's
Sure.
no lies behind this facade.
sure.
So I was there and, I went and introduced myself to him because he was really
Did you
like,
speak in Gujarati?
yeah, I said, who stand-up comic show? And he said, who jano chu? I was like, what? That was a moment of like, you know who I am?
Yeah.
He's like, tamaru kaam bahut saraj.
Your work is very good.
so good. અને તમે ઇન્ડિયા અને અમેરિકાના જોક્સ બનાવો.
Then
આપણી દોસ્તીના jokes બનાવો. Indians and Americans
Make-
દોસ્તીના. Is it make jokes about how great our friendship is.
right.
And I was just like, huh. Because I was so shocked. I didn't know what else to say. But he literally had his assistant take my number.
Really?
They connected with me right away that if you ever want to do this, we would love to do it.
So have you followed up?
No, no, because I don't have the material. It's not in my immediate zeitgeist. Like,
Yeah.
it also has to come to your mind, right? Like, my mind is very cluttered with the wife, husband, children, mother-in-law. It's genuinely what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
So right now, that's what's percolating. Will I get there? Probably. Someday I would love to take a shot at it. Because there is so much in common between these two messy countries, India and America. So much unites us.
Like
That-
traffic jams?
Everything. Traffic jams, weather, crazy weather. And we're both big, loud, messy democracies. We're both like, nothing's perfect, and yet we're pushing forward.
Is it more loaded today to be an immigrant in the age of
Yeah.
Trump?
For sure.
Do you feel it, or are you still in your micro world of
No, for
mom-in-law,
sure.
pineapples, children?
No, I think this immigrant thing is a real inflection point in American history and politics and all of that. I choose to bring levity to it because I am an immigrant, and I'm not just, a lot of people that you will see in art and culture in America, they say they're immigrants, but either they came as children
Yeah.
or they are really children of immigrants. I stood in that immigration line myself. I filed the paperwork myself. I waited for years myself. I know what it means to be an immigrant from top to bottom, from process to end. So I have my feelings about it. But I choose to bring levity to it because aside from all the heated aspects of immigrants is the fact that so many millions of us choose to go there and make happy lives. And I choose to focus on that.
And is it important to you for your kids to have a sense of your Indian roots? How does that work?
There's no way they're not going to have it because I'm their mother. I am the quintessential dramatic Indian mother.
What do you guys fight about? For
Oh,
real?
everything.
For real?
Everything.
No, not what you make jokes about, but for real.
Everything.
Like?
Of 5 of us, our podcast, which is, a family podcast, first of its kind in the world.
Yeah.
Family of 5 talking about family issues. We fight about everything. My daughter, when she graduated, my husband really wanted her to do a corporate job. I was totally against it. My son will be like, I want to try this. I want to do city bike and bike all over New York. We fight like vigorously, but we all come together in the end. Like I believe, made the case to my kids that we are stronger as a team than individually.
You say that you don't talk about representation, you just do.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. But having said that, what's been the toughest thing in this journey? To be brown, to be Indian, to sort of wear the joke on your sleeve.
Yeah.
Have you dealt with racism? Have people said really cruel things?
Yeah, all the time.
Sexism, racism. Does it ever hurt? Do you learn to? Are you troll immune?
No, nobody is troll immune. I think even the biggest stars get affected from what I know. And I'm friends with some of them. I mean, they read everything and they get affected. They're all humans. We're all humans. I think, honestly, in my estimation, the biggest hurdle is being a woman. Then it's different levels of you're a woman of color, you're an immigrant. But man and woman, to me, there's a clear demarcation. The men have certain advantages in every culture, in every country that I can see.
Yeah.
And women just are disadvantaged. There's just no way around it. So I'm fully united with my fellow women who work
Yeah.
in pushing that piece of our life forward. I believe that women should be independent. The difference in my own agency that I've seen from being a stay-at-home mom to now, in fact, my husband recently told me, he said, I feel so sad for all the years that you didn't have your own money. Not because he was controlling anything, but he sees how differently I spend my own money. And he's like, you must have been suppressing so much that you didn't even know. I had no idea. And it's just not right. Like every woman should have her own money.
Absolutely.
And so I think for me, I mean, the racism and all happens on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But it just, I think Indians also, in my comedy special, I talk about jugaad and how we address it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, we are not the culture that fights at that level. We are the surviving culture. Like one time we had a very funny experience with my husband had his friends over, these IIT people who are all obsessed with big name colleges and all that. My husband is also. I personally don't care as much, but it was important to him, so my kids are going and whatever. But the woman, the wife of the IIT guy who came over, she was like very hyper because their son was applying, and you know, it was like, and I said, "हो जाएगा, आप क्यों चिंता कर रहे हो? Your son is so smart. He will get in somewhere." She was like, "हाँ, ये बात तो ठीक है, क्योंकि हम इंडियन ना कॉकरोच की तरह हैं, हम घुस ही जाते हैं." And my poor husband was like, "Did she just call us cockroaches?"
And did I just go to IIT? Am I IIT grad to be called a cockroach? Yeah.
But I understood what she was trying to say. Even though I thought it was so funny, because we are not that fighting culture. And I talk about this in my latest special, that we, first of all, cannot fight. We eat too many carbs. We're tired. We're carb loaded constantly.
Yeah, we're
we
like
start our day.
dokla and samosa.
Yeah, aloo paratha se agar din start karoge, nobody in the history of time ate halwa for breakfast and said, "Let me go yell at somebody." इतनी तो energy भी नहीं है.
What do you actually eat for breakfast?
I mean, in the US now, you're very simple, like, you know, avocado toast, kha ke, you're gonna die. The food situation in America is very bad.
Do you cook?
Very bad. Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore?
I know how to cook everything. I'm a decent cook, but I just don't have time anymore. I mean, that's one thing that I had to go.
So before we get into some fun parts, because we have to do like some Karan-esque rapid fires.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next? You've got a Hulu series that is a super hit.
Yeah.
You've been in a movie. You've got 2 books. Your memoirs are out. You're doing this amazing family podcast. Ab bacha kya hai? Like
Abhi
in your
nahi.
typical type A personality, what's the next
Abhi to
thing?
aur badhana hai. I want to create the world's best South Asian inspired but big family global comedy brand.
Yeah.
People who come to my shows come from all over the world. All over the world. It's not just Indians. It's not. I mean, there's a reason I have all these projects, right? Because the crossover appeal is so great. And when they come to my shows, they all tell me it feels like we got this big, giant Indian hug. Because everything from entry to exit is very Indian and very, very like informal Indian. It's not like, let me have the sitar play. It's not that. That is also somebody's idea of Indian.
Correct.
This is very casual Indian. Like my staff is very much like hugging everybody.
Yeah.
There is food everywhere.
All the time.
I shot 2 specials. I don't think any single comic in the history of shooting specials has fought for their audience to have food while we're shooting it. Mera sound engineer, DP, the photographer, everybody was like, it's gonna make so much noise. I said, please no. They'll be fine. And I'm like, no, they might be fine. I will not be fine.
Yes, because Desi Mom needs the audience to have...
say whole time I'm going to be thinking, isne nahi khaya. So we literally, both shows,
What were they eating?
We had to find quiet foods. That's
because
what
you
I'm
can't
saying.
be eating chips.
We spent so much time, what food can we deliver that will be quiet without packaging?
Yes.
And my directors in both shows were like, we've shot 100 specials. We've never had this problem.
So what was it finally?
So we served samosas at the door for my first special because everybody were loaded up on samosa. And of course, I had the chicken and the non-veg and the veg. And then,
this is really like bothering you before doing a show.
I told them, I said, I will not be able to focus.
Because forever mom.
Yeah, I will not. My brain will be like, finish the set quickly so I can feed them. And we don't want to be there, right? So, bichara, they also got so nervous. All these very sweet white people, they were like, just feed them, please. Because we don't want to rush through the shoot. Yeah. So, we did samosas then. And the second time, we had sandwiches that were pre-packaged, silent sandwiches in silent paper packaging that we were giving right at the door.
I want to know from you where you find the silent paper.
No,
Because
no, we had to
that
make.
unwrapping of the
No,
sandwich only would make so much
everything.
noise.
My whole life is custom made. Even though I'm not a fancy person, this kurta is custom made. My sandwiches were custom made. There was a whole team of people that were packing it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, my Hulu, for example, took a big chance giving me this
Yeah.
special. Huge.
Yeah.
The budget for this was huge. They only do one a month. So it's a month of Zarna all over the world, right?
Wow.
And it's like, they said, make it your own. Make it what you want to make it. You have no limits. What do you want to do? So I was like, what all do I want? I was like, Bollywood dance. Come on. Choreographed family dance.
I know, I saw that. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but food was part of it. So they were like, food? Like what? Because that's not something they dealt with anybody else. A lot of comics will be like, no, serve champagne.
Yeah.
Or serve like the finest. I was like, no, my people eat.
Yeah, correct.
My people are
Correct.
eaters.
Correct.
So, but they gave us a lot of support and we went to town with it.
I love that Bollywood clip of the whole family dancing. So now my audience isn't going to forgive me if we're only going to talk the serious stuff. So we've got to end with some jokes from this brilliant stand-up comic who's sitting in front of me. So I'm going to give you a word.
Yeah.
And you are going to tell me a story associated with that word in your life.
Okay.
Which is funny, right?
Let's
Not the serious stuff because we've done that. Pineapple.
Okay. Pineapple, almost therapy. Almost therapy because I created the whole world's leading almost therapist persona around the pineapple series. And really, I realized that pineapple is a metaphor for life. It's a little sour, it's a little sweet, it's a little thorny, but we all love it.
Are you like a pineapple?
I mean, I didn't think about it when I created it, but there must be some like unspoken, commonalities for sure.
Samosa.
Samosa makes me think of Lily's book. Lily Singh's book has a cover titled like Be a Triangle.
Yeah.
Ever since I saw that, I said, Lily, I only see you as a samosa because my mind is pretty much obsessed with food.
Yeah.
In all ways. So samosa is my favorite food. I mean, what's not to like? But for some reason, it associates me with Lily Singh and her book Be a Triangle.
Dhokla. You can see I'm food obsessed.
Yes, dhokla also. Yeah. Dhokla. Oh, what's the
story? Yeah.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan of Gujju food.
What is this going on? It's sacrilege here.
I know. No, Prime Minister Modi, I'm sorry.
I think that has to be the opening line of your sketch with PM Modi. Like, I can see the sketch. I think it has to happen, right?
Although I would not joke about that.
No. I think he'll forgive you for you don't like any Gujju food.
No, I love it, but it's not my number one.
What is your number one?
My number one is the Punjabi stuff.
A good girl.
Yeah,
Says the Punjabi. Okay. Bollywood.
Obsessed.
Like, tell us more.
I mean, listen. 2 hours. People will be born. People will die. There will be a blood transfusion. Blind people will start looking. There will be 7 songs. Not 1, not 2, not 3. 7, 8 songs. People will fall in love. The mother will take a shot to her chest. Where can you find so much adrenaline in like 2-3 hours?
Favorite film?
I mean, there's so many, but K3G is the reigning champion because I'll tell you why. I lost my family very early in life for at least 10 years. And this is no exaggeration. For 10 years, every day I woke up and I played K3G in the background.
Really?
Because in my head, we were visiting the Raichans. She's singing, she's dancing. It felt like I had family in the background. All those lonely years of parenting by myself, it would play in the background. My kids also were like, Shahrukh is our brother.
Did you ever tell him this?
Karan, he knows. But he has an uncomfortable relationship with people fawning over him.
Yeah, because he's such a regular guy.
Yeah, because when I tell him too much, he's like, he gets a little, I can see that he's taken aback. That's why it's not his fame and it's not anything I want from him. It's the fact that his movies shape my life, but not just me, I'm sure millions of others, but mine in a monumental way. And
like how? Like if you were to imagine yourself as a Karan Johar character, who would you be?
I mean, the most obvious one feels like it would be Jaya Bachchan from the movie.
Yeah.
But even though, like, some would say I don't exactly listen to my husband.
But have you seen how Jaya Bachchan scolds the paparazzi?
Yeah.
Have
I
you ever
see it,
wanted to do
yeah.
that?
No.
But I
Because,
think she does it now almost as a comic
yeah,
thing, like it's her trope.
and I get why she gets irritated.
Yeah, of
I get,
course, of
I'm
course.
nowhere near that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, of
what she
course.
has to live
Of
with,
course.
like you can't even,
Yeah.
I don't even know how to fathom because
Have you met her?
no. And the truth is, within the whole of Bollywood, I only wanted to meet one person and befriend one person.
Who's Karan Johar?
That's it. He's my only interest. I love Bollywood. Don't get me wrong. I buy tickets to every movie I show, but as a fan, I'm happy there.
Is there somebody else you want to meet who you haven't?
No, none.
Favorite song?
Right now, I'm playing the soundtrack from Skyforce.
Mm-hmm.
All the songs, but right now I'm playing that track. Yeah.
Bindi?
Oh, every day, every day.
Like, is there a day that you don't wear your bindi?
Sometimes when I'm like sleeping, like right at the end of the day, but otherwise, that's the first thing that goes on my face.
Okay, in the end, one word you'd use to describe yourself.
Ambition.
Well done.
Yeah.
I love women who say this. We
Yeah.
just don't say it often enough.
No, I am the spokesperson. Everywhere I go, I've done 5 interviews today. And I told everybody, if you take away one thing, women have to normalize the use of the M word, money.
Mm-hmm.
Because people act like we don't need money to live. Like the amount of charity requests I get, my charity, my other charity, I'm like, but I am not a charity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And money has to be normalized. Like I'm building a comedy brand and all of that is true.
Yeah,
And I am
yeah.
a comic,
Yeah.
but I'm building a very serious business. There's a reason why all the people who collaborate with me want to collaborate with me because the energy attracts energy. They know there is
Yeah.
no bullshitting here.
Yeah.
That the job will get done. It will be done at a certain level. So money is, I tell people like confetti, use the word money. Even in my trolls, sometimes they're like, you did this and your belt is that and you are out of touch. And I'll be like, money.
Let's end with the other M because you're forever desi mom. Marriage.
Yeah. Oh my God, exhausting. And should we make it breaking news? I think my husband might be on his way out.
That's what you say
Yeah.
in many
Yeah,
moments.
because I'm gonna be famous. Then
Then what will he do, bichara?
But we'll find him now. His mother is like sitting in UP with a whole lineup of women. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. वो तो आज भी she will be very happy.
Does he laugh at your jokes?
Yes, she's 26 years we've been together.
I
And
mean,
he's
now
my
it's too
best
late.
friend.
Too late to leave.
No, it's not that. We're best friends.
I'm joking.
No, you can even say it. Like we cannot take life seriously. You
Yeah.
cannot. If you
Is he funny also?
people love him.
He's got this poker face.
Can I tell you something? The most frustrating part of my business,
Yeah.
which you didn't even ask, but I'm going to tell you.
Which is?
Everybody loves him. He's not here.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything. He barely says anything, and people will be like, "Hi, shalom." Like what? The bar for men is so low.
Low.
I'm like, I climbed a mountain. I wrote an hour and a half of jokes. I delivered it. I acted
Yeah.
it. I showed up in Mumbai to promote it. You not see any of this. But if he even sends one Instagram पे एक post डाल देगा ना that my wife is a comic, इतना ही supporting, कितना support करता है. वाह.
When you learn to laugh at it, or does it actually bug you
No,
a bit?
you have to laugh at it. That's what I'm saying. You can't take life seriously. If I sat there and fought with every person who thinks that,
Yeah.
you can't. Even his own mother. Yesterday at the show we did in Mumbai, like देखो कितना अच्छा career दिया तुम्हें शलम ने.
Oh, no. And you said what?
I have.
You said, I'll throw my pineapple at you.
Bilkul.
Zarna Garg, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And may you grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, and may your ambition never be contained, and may you make lots of money.
May we make lots of money
may
together.
we make lots of money. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
You're so amazing.
Thank you, Zarna.